Hi, I'm Nigel from mayamada, here with another storytelling tip for the 2017 DC film Wonder Woman. Our tip for episode 27 was all about the lie your protagonist believes. This is a tip that relates to the concept of your protagonist's ghost. It's something I'll talk about in my next video, so stay tuned for that. But to summarize here, the ghost is a traumatic event that happens in your protagonist's past that shapes their worldview in the present day of your story. It's something that happens before your story starts, but fuels the lie they believe over the course of your story going forward. In the case of Wonder Woman, the story sets up Diana's belief that Ares, the god of war, is solely responsible for the current world war that's happening in the story, and for the general conflict-happy nature of man. It's something that is challenged again and again over the course of the story, this idea that Diana has an overly simplistic view of the world. It's challenged through events and through character interactions, namely her interactions with Steve. So as we approach the third act, this worldview has really been built up in a way that makes you feel it's about to be shattered by showing Diana that man has been waging war all along without the influence of Ares. An example of the lie your protagonist believes done well can be found in Toy Story.
And there seems to be no sign of intelligent life anywhere.
Hello?
Here, Woody is the number one toy, and that means he receives the most love from his owner, Andy. And his worldview is shaped by the knowledge of what happens to unloved toys. So when Buzz Lightyear shows up and threatens Woody's position as the number one toy, it shakes Woody's worldview and sets off a whole character arc which is resolved through new learnings and in the end a new worldview from Woody. Now back to Wonder Woman. In my opinion, this story really drops the ball, not only by revealing Ares is in fact behind the war, but also when killing him immediately stops all conflict. Like right there and then, everyone just stops fighting as if some Disney curse has been lifted. It's a real missed opportunity to follow through on delivering a complex worldview, one that would have redefined Diana's previously simplistic view of the world, instead by providing the most simplistic of endings. And it's also a worldview that doesn't actually match up to the seemingly more grey area worldview that she outlined at the beginning of the very same film. Instead, we end what amounts to a boring CGI-fueled fight between Diana and Ares. Now, there's nothing wrong with this in and of itself, but because there's really no stakes, it feels like nothing is on the line thematically and there's nothing really to care about. So here are 3 things to think about to avoid the same trap in your stories. Number 1. Clearly identify the lie that your protagonist believes. What happened to them in the past that affects their worldview in the present day story? Number 2, challenge that worldview through events and character interactions over the course of the story. Who or what can chip away at that worldview and make them think and possibly redefine the way they see the world? Number 3, and most importantly, follow through on breaking that lie your protagonist believes. They don't need to do a complete 180 on their previous worldview, but in some way they have to change the way they see things and learn from that experience to get a satisfying ending that matches with the themes set out in your narrative. By having the lie exposed, your protagonist can redefine a new worldview and a new way to see the world based on the events that took place over the course of your story. This completes their character arc and gives meaning to the journey and a satisfying end to the story. And that's your tip for Story X Story episode 27. Let us know what you think in the comments or join our Discord and give us your thoughts there. Don't forget to listen and subscribe to the podcast so you can hear the full audio from episode 27 and our deep dive into Wonder Woman with guests Wulong Talks. You can also subscribe here on YouTube for more storytelling tips and other videos from the mayamada universe. And we'll see you next time. Hi there, I'm Nigel from mayamada. Thanks for watching our video. Don't forget to subscribe and check out the other videos we have on the channel. You can also listen to and subscribe to the Story X Story podcast at mayamada.com/storyxstory. We'll see you soon.